before we continue with the rest of the video, we could use your help. Click the like button to help spread word about Watchjojo animals, and also be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss our future.
This guy dragged himself through dangerous sludge to try to save this trapped eagle's life. Nature photographer Krzysztof Chomitz was surrounded by thick mud and slime that potentially threatened to suck the life from his body. Nevertheless, he drew another breath and steeled himself to try and crawl forward. After all, a helpless bird could die if he gave up now. This dramatic rescue attempt occurred on July 26, 2016. Chomitz was visiting the intercoastal lagoon of Świnoujście, Poland, near the Baltic Sea, when he made the decision that would later bring him internet fame. Yes, after Chomitz spotted the downed animal in the mudflats of the marsh, someone captured the ensuing scene on video. Mind you, Chomitz was already well known locally for his talent as a bird photographer. In fact, he's celebrated for a 2014 photo in which a pair of eagles that looked to be dancing in the sky. In addition to this, though, Chomitz also has strong passion for kite surfing, and both these talents came in handy here. Indeed, the photographer's eagle eyes had spotted a struggling shape fighting for its life in the oppressive sludge around them. Chomitz quickly realized that a bird's life was on the line, so he immediately called for a rescue team to help. While the photographer waited for backup, though, he painfully watched as the animal struggled in the viscous goo a long way from solid ground. Chomitz even used his camera's long-range zoom lens to declare that the animal was a young eagle. When the rescue team arrived, then, they used a drone to assess the situation from the air, but after several failed attempts to rescue the dying bird from a distance, there was only one option left. Someone would have to trudge through the sludge. As soon as Chomitz stepped into the mess, however, it was clear that he'd need all his body strength to crawl the distance. Yes, he elbowed and kneed his way through the sludgy silt with only a massive rope for safety. Fortunately for us, the rescue team's drone filmed the long and difficult rescue. The resulting clip showed the sun setting lower on the horizon as the bird stopped moving, exhausted from its struggle. Meanwhile, Chomitz bravely continued his journey. Indeed, the photographer was forced to literally drag himself through the swamp's thick sludge. And when he could no longer push himself forward with his legs, Chomitz used his arms to pull his body across the slimy ground. Moreover, the photographer at times had to power through the mud with his shoulder. Nevertheless, Chomitz seemingly only paused to catch his breath when he was close enough to touch the eagle. Then, in the video, Chomitz is seen reflecting momentarily on the best way to approach the traumatized bird of prey. The decision was made. Chomitz gently placed his hand on the eagle's back, and the bird hardly fluttered a feather. Therefore, the next move Chomitz made had to be done quickly, as he needed to secure the bird in case it rallied in defense. In fact, just as Chomitz started to move it, the bird used the last measure of strength to protect itself from what it no doubt saw as a swamp predator looking for a tasty meal. Indeed, the eagle, understandably confused and terrified, tried to bite its rescuer several times during its extraction. Despite several pecks to his limbs, though, Chomitz held the eagle safely in his arms, while the team, back on solid ground, pulled the rope to retrieve both man and bird from the dangerous mudflat. Then, as soon as the exhausted pair were close enough, one of the rescuers wrapped the eagle in a blanket so that it could be safely transported. The rescue team affectionately named the eagle Icarus, after the Greek legend of the man who flew too close to the sun on wax wings. Then they drove the young white-tailed eagle to a rescue center where it could be cleaned up and given a proper examination. The name Icarus was, it turned out, quite justified. Indeed, some of the wildlife rescue experts suspected that the young eagle was still learning to fly and may have tried to attack a seagull in the mudflat, only to wind up a swamp victim itself. They estimated the eagle was no more than 6 months old. At that age, Icarus was lucky Chomitz went to such great lengths to save it. In fact, the first year of life for a bird of prey is a constant struggle for survival, and this one nearly ended in tragedy. Now that it's safe, though, Icarus could live for 20 years or more. Still, like many large predatory birds, white-tailed eagles have had a difficult time with survival as a species. In the last few centuries, for instance, the problems with environmental pollution and unrestricted hunting removed white-tailed eagles from many parts of Europe. Now that conservation efforts have improved, however, the eagles are thankfully off the endangered species list. And fortunately, Icarus was also no longer endangered and was even unharmed from its time in the swamp. In fact, Icarus was given 5-star treatment, even being dewormed and fed some tasty meat cutlets during the medical checkup. Once Icarus was all cleaned up, then Chomits and the wildlife rescue team took the eagle to a sanctuary in nearby Swinjusi. With great joy, Chomits watched as the beautiful creature took flight, this time successfully away from seas of sludge and silt. But Icarus isn't the only eagle that Chomits has saved. That's right, in 2015, Chomits pulled off another similar rescue of a sludged-up sea eagle. Without doubt, then, this nature photographer goes above and beyond the call of duty to do his part for animal welfare. It's little wonder that the internet is hailing the brave man as a hero. Please don't forget to share this video with your friends below.
Please do not forget to subscribe and activate the bell to receive everything that is new.